And so my doctor, which is Dr. Bernstein, he has thoroughly checked my blood, and I'm fine and I'm healthy. So it's nothing that I'm low in calcium deficiency or anything like that. It's just that I'm being tortured and stalked. And the thing about this is that Dr. John Hall here, who's a doctor, gave me this information, and I belong to a coalition called Freedom from Covert Harassment and Surveillance, and they give me information. The last information they gave me was a name of a doctor. So I said, "What's the name of the doctor?" Her name is Dr. Hildegarde Steninger. She's in California. She's a toxicologist and a medical doctor. She's also associated with Columbia Investigations. These two women are very critical to this torture going on. Mm-hmm. They're in court right now facing a man that was torturing a lady for years. And so they're making money off of this, but then where's the law enforcement department? They can't be all over the country. Yeah. So I have to get up from my bed and go to the hospital, and for them, a doctor to tell me that there's nothing wrong. I go back home, take these medications, and go back to bed. It's just really a nuisance to me because I don't want to be in this state of mind. I would rather be working, not getting out of this torturing business and rather working and doing something productive. But I got to sit here at home.
Are you married?
Huh?
Are you married? Are you
not married? I'm not married because of all this.
Have you had any marriage before?
No. I was married back in 2000. That was my last marriage.
Oh, okay.
But
do you have any kids?
I have kids. I have daughters, but they don't live with me.
Okay.
But the fact is that, I can't bring anybody over the house because then they become a target of all this, and they're tortured. If I meet a new girl, then she's tortured. So it just.
Do you drink any alcohol?
Alcohol, I drink it on the weekends.
How much do you drink?
I don't drink that much, maybe 4 beers.
Was it a problem in the past, like heavy drinking alcohol?
No.
Any drug use?
No, because of the medications I got.
Any drug use?
No.
Any side effect with this medication? Since you're on it, you take the 20 milligram?
No.
Notice any side effects?
Just makes me very drowsy and tired. I mean, I get my hours sleep until the excruciating pain wakes me up.
Okay. Do you get any tremors or any muscle stiffness?
I get muscle tremors. I mean, I get pulsating muscles. But until the pain gets me where it's severe, I got to get up out of bed. I mean.
Let's look your labs. The last labs were done in December last year from your doctor here. Your the cholesterol was just a borderline high, but it was okay. That's the old ones. Me, I'm looking just those things. And your blood pressure seems to be okay. That was done in December.
Yeah, I just recently had Dr. Bernstein check my cholesterol 3 weeks ago, and it's fine. He did a test.
And this Dr. Bernstein is a private doctor?
He's a private doctor, yes, sir.
Because you're a doctor, different doctor.
And he checked my cholesterol screening.
Okay. So when was the last time you worked for that school district designator?
It was maybe a month ago.
And
I was there for 5 days. But see, here's the thing. I worked as a janitor over in what's the name of that school? It's in Leon Springs. Mm-hmm. Leon Springs. There's an elementary school there, and that elementary school is nowhere near any Gwynn Towers. Mm-hmm. There's nowhere near Gwynn Towers. And I was working there fine all day, doing my job, worked there fine, wasn't tortured. When I came into town and moved in the 5th day, I was in a different elementary school and I was being targeted and tortured. And all because I'm doing my job. Cleaning the classrooms, doing what I was told, getting there in my job on time, and then, I'm tortured.
Any thoughts to hurt yourself or hurt?
Oh, no, I don't no harm to hurt myself. I love myself, love the people. I just have this feeling of being tortured and broadcasting my life to society and to the government, in which they have no concern. Nobody should be involved in your personal life every day. And it's really saddened that you know, the government's trying to hide this. And like I told Dr. Tesoria, I said, I already had a congressional inquiry into this by Congress. And the Navy said, oh, we didn't do anything to him. It's not likely we did. Well, how can you say that if I'm broadcasting my life to society? You can't say that. And then the FBI won't investigate it. I went and talked to the FBI personally, and they won't investigate it. I said, it's a civil rights case. They won't investigate it. They ignore me. And, you know, it's in the law enforcement department. They don't believe it. But then you have Dr. John Hall here, and you got Dr. Hen. I mean, you got these organizations that are coming around town. I mean, how can you not deny me an investigation?
So are you still calling the FBI?
No, I don't call the FBI. I don't talk to the FBI. I don't call the White House. None of that's happening. But I did establish a case with the sheriff's department here because he's interested in knowing, because there's cases. The sheriff department, his name is Mr. Gilbert Urias.
Oh, okay.
And he opened the case. He says, I'm willing to take the case. I know what's going on because of Dr. John Hall. And I'm going to open an investigation. Doesn't mean I'm going to investigate, but you know.
At least one step.
But what stuns me is that you have a doctor and a private investigator going around making money in courtrooms, suing companies with satellites and electronic gadgets. Mm-hmm. You know, they get big bucks. But where's the law enforcement department? How come they're not equipped to counter this stuff? You know, that's what eats me up. You know, mm-hmm. I mean, should I go around doing this? You know, go through the classes they went through? I'm not a doctor. I can't testify in court. I'm not a private investigator. I don't have qualifications to do that. You know, go around catching these guys doing this, but you know, it's out there, and it's a plague.
And since starting the medications, does that you feel that you noticed any difference? Are you the same? Or
the medication is the same. Like I said, it's for my moods, and I'm fine with moods. I mean, you can ask my girlfriend. I mean, I'm laid back. Oh, okay. I don't bother anybody. I'm laid back. I'm able to go to sleep 8 hours until the pain is brought upon.
Yeah, and you are going to the Stepping Stones program?
No, I'm not doing that. I told them I was going to do that. That I'm just taking the medication and trying to find work, trying to find a job, which I'm doing now. I'm going back to my school and looking for work part-time. You know, he's sending me.
What school you are going to?
Everest Institute to work for air conditions.
Oh, air conditioning.
Yeah. So.
All right. So we'll continue the same medication then, probably, if it is helping. So it sounds like you have still a lot of refills left on the same medication. Okay.
Well, it was refilled on April 2nd, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So I'm planning to refill her pretty soon. I think I got a couple of pills.
Yeah. In the May you have the May 1st.
Okay.
They will refill again.
Okay.
And then let's see. You say your blood pressure is okay, and you have your primary care appointment coming up on July 15th.
Yes, sir.
And prior to joining the military, you were doing okay?
I was fine, sir. I was holding jobs. I had jobs. I was fine. I didn't have any problems. You know, I didn't have any psychological problems. I didn't have any, personal problems. You know, and I was doing fine. You know, it's just that after I got in the military, this all transpired. You know, it's like ruined my life. You know, I feel ruined. I mean, I feel defamed in my character. I feel invaded, violated my civil rights. I mean, people know what I do every day, and it's not fair that, I'm broadcasting my life when I could be working and paying my taxes and doing normal things that a human being should do rather than worrying about this. It just doesn't make sense to me at all.
So you're able to manage your finances and stuff
yes,
like that, your benefits and
yes,
all those, it doesn't have any problem
yes,
there? Because if you reach a point where you're not able to manage on your own, then they have to assign you some payee or somebody if it is that is.
No, I'm fine. Everything's directed from a direct deposit from a bank, from a check. It goes directly to pay bills. I don't know, I just...
So you went like 3 or 4 classes for the stepping stone? 3?
Yes. I just feel, I feel like you know, I feel like like a bird. I mean, inside of a cage, and I'm being picked and poked and tortured and tormented. But you know, if that didn't happen, it would be normal. It'd be a normal, civilized person, you know. And that's what I'm going through. I feel that I'm isolated and confined inside this cage, and I can't do anything. You know, I'm isolated to where I can't think, you know, or I can't do anything, or you know, it's just really boggles my mind, you know. And I worked in the medical field, but you know, people don't like to broadcast patients' life. And then I worked in the air conditioning business, but I don't have money to pay for broken air conditioning when they get broke, because the government decides to break the machine down that you're working on, and then you get fired. So it's really, you know, it's really a game of control and.
So you got medically discharged, or you finished your job? How it worked? Like what year to what year you were in service? And
I got honorable discharge. I was honorable discharged, and
so they didn't do any medical boarding or?
I did a medical board, but they denied it. They said go see the VA.
Oh, okay.
You know.
So you did the full like 4 years, or how many years did
I
you?
did for 5.5 years. My 5 years. My 4 to 5 years.
So while you were doing it didn't bothered you or with your work or your mission?
It did. I mean, it took a toll on my mind, because I mean, I started wondering. I mean, how people knew what I was doing. You know, I felt violated. You know, I felt violated at work. You know, I didn't get to participate. It was like a reindeer game. I didn't get to participate in the reindeer games. You know, it's just a sad feeling. You know, I don't know. I just would like to know an answer as to why they chose me for this. You know, and they're making me bad because I'm getting admitted by the county judge to go see a mental institution.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you do that, that's a public record. So employees start investigating your background. Now you got a public record of being mentally insane, which they shouldn't be known about. They shouldn't know about that. So it ruins my background. You know, it's just, I don't know. I just feel disgraced and discouraged, you know, from life. It's not that I have intention to harm anybody, but I just feel isolated and falsely in prison. You know, it's just a bad deal.
Do you hear any voices or see things when
I hear on this ear when I sleep. I hear like have you ever clamped down some? You know those things that you straighten your muscles?
Uh-huh.
When you squeeze them, it makes like tinkling. That's what I feel in this ear.
Only 1 year.
1 year.
Okay. Do you think those voices are inside your head, or they are coming from outside your head?
I think they're coming from outside.
And they have never had any visual hallucinations or anything?
No.
Has anybody in your family had any schizophrenia or anything?
They're perfectly fine. They're healthy. I mean, they're working. I wish I could be like them and go to work too. I want to work. I mean, I really do want to work. You know, I can't afford to be tortured while I'm at work, when I'm losing my job. You know.
Okay, so you know, from our side, I guess we're continuing the same medication for now, and I'm going to see you again in 4 months. But you said the stepping stone you don't want to do anymore.
Yeah, I think hopefully I'll find a job somewhere. It's going to be something simple, even if it's working in a warehouse or something simple. Because I'm getting too, you know, too consumed with this. And I think if I'm going to work, then it'll be, you know, normal routine. You're working 8 to 5, and you know, that's what I think can save me from all this.
All right.
Being productive.
All right. So, any other questions?
No.
No physical issues?
No.
Okay, sir. So I'll give you the printout, and as I said, like you have enough for
Okay.
Okay. If you follow me this way, I'll give you the printout. And we'll see you 4 months.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Let the front desk know for 4 months. All right?
Thank you. No, sí o no.